Okay, so first let's start with the form, which is like vertex form. It looks like this: y equals a, and then we're gonna have a bracket b x plus or minus h, bracket, and then plus or minus k. Usually they don't put plus or minus, but I think it makes more sense like that because you could have a plus or a minus. The first thing you need to understand about this format is that A, B, H, and K are all just numbers. They're just numbers, okay? So for example, it could say 2, x plus 2 plus 2. They could all be 2's, okay? But they do different things. The K does something, the H does something different, the B does something different, the A does something. They all do different things. And the way you tell them apart is by their location, like where they are. Okay, so for example, the H will always be inside of a parentheses with the X, always. The B will be right outside of that. The K can be over here, but usually it's on the right, and it's always going to be plus or minus, where the A is always multiplying. Okay, and that's how you know what it is. Okay, we good? Everybody good so far? Okay. Now, this part you don't have to do on your notes, but I wanted to show you something. This applies to, it looks almost identical to all the functions. So like, if I want to do, right now this is a line, this is just the x. If I put a square, now it's a parabola. But all these stay the same. They do the same thing to all the functions. If I take this away and I put a 3, now it's a cubic function. So what I want to emphasize here is that it looks the same. They all do the same thing. The only thing that changes is what it makes it unique. The parent functions, I put them up here. Those things that make that function unique, okay? So anyways, usually I don't put that just to show you that it applies to everything. The one that looks maybe perhaps just a little bit different, I do want you to write these two down, is this one. Y equals A, and B, x plus or minus h plus or minus k. The square root one, but it's the same idea. What's inside of those brackets, that's why I did them a different color, I did it in yellow. So if I want to do a square root, I replace those brackets with a square root. Or if I want to do an absolute value, I can just erase this. Maybe, and I could put absolute value bars. Does that make sense? It's the grouping that takes care of that. Okay. The only one that's like more and more different is this one. I'm gonna do a different color. The rational is just different in different ways. So it'd be like y equals a over b x plus or minus h plus or minus k. That one's the only one that's a little bit different looking, but what I want you to know, the k still does what the k does for all of them. The h still does the same thing, the a does the same thing, the b does the same thing. Okay, so my point here was just for you guys to understand what they all do, like that it's the same thing for all equations. Is that clear? Does that make sense? Okay. So now we're going to go to part 1. Let's call that inside or outside. I'm going to separate these videos just so